Okay. In this topic of inverse trigonometric functions, we have already discussed sine inverse x, then we have discussed about cos inverse x, and then also about tan inverse x. We have got still more concepts to be discussed. Before going ahead with the cosec inverse x, secant inverse x, cot inverse x, let us just recall what we have already analyzed, because this is a new topic for you, and hence whatever we have analyzed, it is very essential to revise, and you must be very thorough with what you know, so that based on this whatever we are going studying, means whatever we are analyzing further, there should not be any confusion. One concept very important is sine inverse x, cos inverse x, tan inverse x, cosec inverse x, secant inverse x, cot inverse x. All these inverse trigonometric functions, answer is an angle. Sine inverse something, it is an angle. Cos inverse something, it is an angle. Tan inverse something, it is an angle. So, either it is in terms of degrees or in terms of radians. So, this is very important to remember. Okay. Now, sine inverse x is an angle, you know. Sine inverse x is an angle which lies between minus pi by 2 and plus pi by 2, where x lies between minus 1 and plus 1. Accordingly, the graph what we have analyzed is, this is x and this is sine inverse x, and maximum value of sine inverse x is pi by 2, this is pi by 2, this is 0. Minimum value of sine inverse x is minus pi by 2, it is an angle, no, sine inverse x, okay. And in that x value maximum is 1, minimum is minus 1, okay. And this is the area where sine inverse x can vary. You look at this, this is sine inverse x, sine inverse x, say this is minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2. Maximum value is pi by 2, minimum value is minus pi by 2. It can be pi by 2 plus 2 pi, say pi by 2. Again, once when you are reaching this, if you start from here, 90, 180, 270, 360, 450, means pi by 2 plus 2 pi, that is equal to 5 pi by 2. That can also be the answer, but the principal value is pi by 2. Similarly, minus pi by 2. If you add 2 pi, then again minus pi by 2, again you can have plenty of values, but principal value is minus pi by 2. So, that is why we remember that sine inverse x varies between minus pi by 2 and plus pi by 2. Okay. Look at this, the maximum value sine inverse 0 is 0, sine inverse 1, this is x equals 1, x equals minus 1 is pi by 2, sine inverse minus 1 is minus pi by 2. Look at the graph is like this, and the domain is the values of x between minus 1 and plus 1, and the range is the values of sine inverse x. It can vary between minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2, closed interval. This is about sine inverse x. Cos inverse x, on the base of analysis, you remember cos inverse x varies between 0 to pi. In detail we have discussed. And before that, look at this, sine inverse x, and in that x varies between minus 1 and plus 1. If x is positive, sine inverse positive, it is an angle in first quadrant, sine inverse negative angle in fourth quadrant. You have to remember that, sine inverse positive first quadrant, sine inverse negative fourth quadrant. Never sine inverse answer can be 120 degree, 120 degrees in second quadrant. Answer of sine inverse can never be second quadrant or third quadrant. It must be either in first quadrant or in fourth quadrant. Never. So, no confusion. Sine inverse positive first quadrant angle, sine inverse negative fourth quadrant angle. Okay. Next, cos inverse has to vary between 0 to pi, where x varies between minus 1 and plus 1. Look at this, and if you variation of cos inverse x, look at this, this is cos inverse x. The principal value of cos inverse x is between 0 and pi. Minimum value is 0, maximum value is pi. Cos inverse is an angle which lies between 0 to pi. Cos inverse positive first quadrant, cos inverse negative, second quadrant. Cos inverse of minus half, it will be second quadrant angle. Pi minus cos inverse half, pi minus pi by 3, 2 pi by 3. Okay. Next, if you draw the graph will be like this. Look at this. This is x and this is cos inverse x, and 0 to pi, 0 to pi, and this is pi by 2. And maximum value of x is 1 plus 1 and minimum value is minus 1. And cos inverse 0 is pi by 2. Cos inverse 0 is pi by 2. And cos inverse 1 is 0. And cos inverse minus 1 is pi. And if you draw the graph will be like this. This is the graph of cos inverse x. Not only just understanding, you must be in a position to recall this particular graph. You must be in a position to draw this graph at any point of time. That's the meaning of good going in the topic. Okay. If you write the domain is the values of x anywhere between minus 1 and plus 1, and range any value between 0 to pi, closed interval. It can take pi, it can take 0 also. Any value between 0 to pi inclusive, that's why closed interval. Then tan inverse x. Tan inverse x can vary between minus pi by 2 and plus pi by 2. It can't take the value of pi by 2. It can't take the value of minus pi by 2, where x varies between, x is any real number. X can take any value. With the help of graph, you can analyze better. Look at this. If you draw the, see the kingdom of tan inverse x. Look at this. This is the kingdom of tan inverse x. Tan inverse x varies between minus pi by 2 and plus pi by 2. So answer of tan inverse can never be in second quadrant. Answer of tan inverse can never be in third quadrant. Either it must be in first quadrant or in fourth quadrant. Tan inverse positive is in first quadrant. Tan inverse negative is fourth quadrant. Say for example, tan inverse of minus 1 by root 3 is equal to minus tan inverse 1 by root 3. That is equal to minus pi by 6. Say it is in fourth quadrant. Okay. And if you draw the graph will be like this. This is x, this is tan inverse x. Look at this. Okay. The maximum value is pi by 2 and minimum value is minus pi by 2. Not inclusive. Tan inverse x cannot be equal to pi by 2. It cannot be equal to minus pi by 2. So, then tan inverse infinity. Tan inverse infinity is pi by 2. But infinity is not accessible. So, it can't reach infinity comma pi by 2. You can't draw it on the graph. So, that is why the graph is asymptotic like this, and tan inverse minus infinity is minus pi by 2. See, the graph is asymptotic. The tail of the graph appears to touch this particular straight line, but it will never touch. It will touch only at infinity. Such curves are called asymptotic curves, and such lines are called asymptotes. 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 Asymptote is a straight line which appears to touch the tail of a curve, but it will never touch. It will touch only at infinity. Another way of telling asymptote is a tangent to a curve at infinity. Means it will never touch the curve. It appears to touch the tail of the curve, but it will never touch. Look at this. That's why this line is asymptote and the curve is asymptotic curve. Here also this line is asymptote and the curve is asymptotic curve. Okay. And you can write what is domain and range. Domain is nothing but, domain is, it can take any real value, no? X can be anything. There is no restriction on value of x. So, domain is nothing but R. It must be written in the form of a set. Domain is a set, you know. And range is also a set. Range. Range is any value between minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, not inclusive. So, it must be open interval. Minus pi by 2 comma plus pi by 2. Okay, look at that. And this must be very clear. How do you take a snapshot? You can take a snapshot of this right now, but taking snapshot alone is not enough. It must be there in your mind in the form of snapshot. Any time you must be in a position to recall. So this analysis is very important before we go ahead with the next analysis. You can take a snapshot and it's worth practicing many times till you get fluency, and this is needed, otherwise what is the use of studying? So whatever you are studying, be dedicated, otherwise there is no use of studying. It's a loss to the country if you don't study properly. You can take a snapshot of this if you need. If you don't have a cell phone, take the snapshot in your mind. Okay, let us go ahead. These things already we have come across. So just I had revised so that you can understand better the concepts which I am going to discuss further. Okay. Now let us go ahead with the cosec inverse x. Okay. So cosec inverse x is nothing but sine inverse 1 by x. It's not cosec inverse x is not equal to 1 by sine inverse x. No. Cosec inverse x is sine inverse 1 by x. You can have a proof of that, simple proof, where you don't know the condition on x right now because we have just started analyzing the concept of cosec inverse x. But you know the condition on sine inverse k, where k lies between -1 and +1. You may have a lot of complexities there. When x becomes 0, it becomes something like infinity. So that we have got to analyze. In the process of analysis you will come to know, but for the time being 1 by x lies between -1 and +1. Now we will have the proof of this, simple proof. Anyways, you don't know much about cosec inverse x. You know that it's an angle, you take it as theta, because inverse trigonometric function answer is an angle. Sine inverse x, what is it? Angle. Cosec inverse x, what is that? Angle. Sachin Tendulkar, who is he? Cricketer. You may not be knowing much about him, but immediately you can recall and tell cricketer, like that. Similarly, cosec inverse x, what is? Angle. Tan inverse x, angle. Cot inverse x, angle, like that. Okay, therefore cosec theta is equal to x. Therefore sin theta is equal to 1 by x. 1 by cosec theta, no? 1 by x. Therefore theta is equal to sine inverse of 1 by x. Therefore theta is equal to how much? Cosec inverse x is equal to sine inverse 1 by x. Look at this. Okay, you can take lot of examples. Cosec inverse, if you take cosec inverse 2, if you take, that is sine inverse half, that's equal to pi by 6. Cosec inverse 2 by root 3 is equal to sine inverse root 3 by 2 is equal to pi by 3. Cosec inverse 1 is equal to sine inverse 1, that's equal to pi by 2. Cosec inverse, now infinity, of course on the graph you can't take infinity, but let us see what happens. That is equal to sine inverse of 1 by infinity is 0, that's equal to 1, sine inverse 0 is equal to 0. Cosec inverse minus infinity, before that, okay, that we'll analyze later. Next, cosec inverse minus half, that's equal to cosec inverse minus half. Before taking minus half, we'll take minus 2, that's equal to sine inverse minus 1 by 2, that's equal to minus pi by 6. You must be very fluent here, sine inverse minus half. Okay, next cosec inverse minus 1, that's equal to sine inverse minus 1, that's equal to minus pi by 2. Next cosec inverse minus infinity, that's equal to sine inverse minus infinity, no, minus 0, There is nothing called minus 0. That's equal to sine inverse of 0. That's equal to 0. Next, see the things which are not possible. Say cosec inverse half. That's equal to sine inverse 2. Not defined. Sine inverse 2 is not defined. You know, in sine inverse x, x cannot be more than 1. In sine inverse x, x cannot be more than 1. Similarly, x cannot be less than minus 1. In sine inverse x, x must lie between minus 1 and plus 1 because sine theta must be between minus 1 and plus 1. Okay. Similarly, cosec inverse minus 2 is equal to sine inverse, not minus 2, minus half. That is equal to sine inverse minus 2, not defined. For the same reason, because minus 2 is less than minus 1. In sine inverse x, x should be between minus 1 and plus 1. Minus 2 is less than minus 1. So, that is why it is not defined. So, now you draw the graph of, what is that? Graph of cosec inverse x. It is quite interesting. Look at that. Before drawing the graph of cosec inverse x, let me draw the graph of sine inverse x. Okay. Okay, sine inverse x, just recall sine inverse x graph. A smaller graph, let me write sine inverse x, and this is x, maximum value is 1, minimum value is minus 1, plus pi by 2, minus pi by 2, maximum value is 1 here for x, this is x0, x1, and this is x minus 1. Sine inverse 0 is 0, sine inverse 1 is pi by 2, sine inverse minus 1 is minus pi by 2. This is the graph of sine inverse x, you know very well. Now, cosec inverse x, let us see. Let me write it here. This is cosec inverse x, and this is x. You don't know much about cosec inverse x, and immediately when you don't know, you try to take the reference of what you know, which has got a close relation with that. Cosec inverse x, entire thing still now whatever we analyzed with the help of sine inverse x. So, here if you do not know much about cosec inverse x, definitely we will think about sine inverse x. Maximum value is pi by 2, minimum value is minus pi by 2 and this is x is equal to 0. Okay. And you know this is 1 and this is minus 1, x values. Whether it is of use or no use, we do not know. Let us see, this is 1, this is minus 1. Now, cosec inverse 0, look at this, cosec inverse 0 is equal to sine inverse 1 by 0 is infinity. Once again, for similar reason, sine inverse 2 is not defined. In sine inverse infinity, infinity is much more than 1. So, it is not defined, not defined. Okay. So, cosec inverse 0 does not exist for that reason because it is not defined. Next, if you take the value of half, x is half. When x is half, cosec inverse half is not defined, not defined. Look at this. Minus half, if you take cosec inverse minus half comes somewhere. Cosec inverse minus half is not defined. Any value between 1 and minus 1, if you take cosec inverse of that value is not defined. You take what you want to take. If you take 1 by 3, 1 by 3 comes here, 1/3. 0 is here, 1 is here, 1/3. So, cosec inverse 1 by 3 is equal to sine inverse 3. It does not carry any meaning. Sine inverse of more than 1 is not defined. Okay. That is why this is no man's zone, no man's region. The entire graph does not exist in this between minus 1 and plus 1, it does not exist. First point what you get is cosec inverse 1. Cosec inverse 1 is equal to sine inverse 1 is equal to pi by 2. Look at this. And cosec inverse minus 1 is equal to minus pi by 2, minus pi by 2. Then furthermore, cosec inverse infinity means when x is infinity, cosec inverse infinity sine inverse 0 is 0. Infinity comma 0, which clearly says that the graph is like this. See, it is asymptotic to horizontal axis. Asymptotic to horizontal axis. Look at this. This is x axis. Okay. And next, cosec inverse minus infinity is again 0. Cosec inverse minus infinity is again 0. Cosec inverse minus infinity is again 0. Look at this, like this. This is cosec inverse minus infinity. Cosec inverse infinity is 0, cosec inverse minus infinity comma 0 means the graph is asymptotic to this horizontal axis, x axis. This is a graph of cosec inverse x. Look at this. In the entire graph, when you draw the graph, the points must be very clearly seen. This point has to be marked very clearly like this, and even this point has to be marked very clearly like this, and asymptotic curve. It looks like, now you compare cosec inverse x with the sine inverse x, and it makes sense in comparing because all the concepts in cosec inverse x are analyzed with the help of sine inverse x. Now, sine inverse x graph is like this, and if you cut it here at x equals 0, what happens? If you cut this particular graph like a ribbon cutting, it will be cut, no doubt. Once you cut it, you will get one piece hanging here, one piece here. This piece you put it like this, see, and this piece you pull it like this. See, cut it and pull it like this. You get the graph of cosec inverse x. Once again, cut it and put the graph, this part you put it like this, you got it here, and this part you put it like this. See, minus 1 comma minus pi by 2 plus 1 comma pi by 2, from here like this, from here like this. See, what a relation. Remembering is also very easy provided you remember this correctly. If you don't know this correctly, then it will be confusing. And you can't have a status of don't know what you have analyzed. No excuse for that. Okay. I hope you understood. Once again, you can take a snapshot. Camera is your brain. Come on. Now, let us write what is domain and range. Look at this, domain. This is very important to identify the domain. It is there in your syllabus. Write the graph of cosec inverse x versus x. Write the domain and range. Maybe ask for 4 marks, 5 marks. Even if it is asked for 3 marks, worth it. Okay. Domain. Domain is the values of x. You find that x can take any real value after x equals 1, any real value, negative value before x is equal to minus 1. So, I can write r minus, but it can't take any value between minus 1 and plus 1. 1 it can take. So, 1 you should not subtract from set of reals. So, open interval minus 1 comma plus 1. All real values it can take except any value between minus 1 and plus 1. That is what that except I have deducted from the set of reals. But it has to be open interval, because you can't subtract 1, because it can take the value of 1. X is equal to 1 is possible. That is why I have not subtracted x equals 1 from the set of reals. Next, what do you have? Range. Range. Say if you write closed interval, it will be wrong. So, it has to be deducting must be open interval. And range is, it can take any value between, say it can take any value between minus pi by 2 and plus pi by 2, but it can't take x equals 0. See, the cosec inverse x answer cannot be 0. Cosec inverse something, cosec inverse minus, you may say, sir, cosec inverse minus infinity 0, cosec inverse infinity 0. You said cosec inverse cannot take the value of 0. Yes, x cannot take the value of infinity, no? How do you plot it? This is just for the purpose of analysis, which clearly says that it can take any value closed interval minus pi by 2 comma plus pi by 2, but it can't take 0. 0 you have got to subtract from that, that's it. Otherwise, it can take any value between minus pi by 2 and plus pi by 2. It can't take 0, because infinity comma 0 cannot be plotted on the graph. Minus infinity comma 0 cannot be plotted on the graph. That is why it can't take the value of cosec inverse x, cannot take the value of 0. Come on, very important is this much, but if at all you have got to understand these things, you must know. Very, very important. This much is important. Now you can take the snapshot with your camera. Okay. Now let us go ahead with the secant inverse x. Similar type of analysis. Okay, secant inverse x. Say you must know secant inverse x is equal to cos inverse of 1 by x. You don't know the condition on x, but you know the condition on 1 by x, where 1 by x lies between minus 1 and plus 1. Cos inverse k we already analyzed. Okay, now secant inverse x is equal to cos inverse 1 by x. Say you can have the proof in the same style like cosec inverse x is equal to sin inverse 1 by x. How you have proved like that? Okay, we can take lots of examples in this. Examples. Secant inverse, say for example, half. No, secant inverse 2 we will take. That is equal to cos inverse half. That is equal to pi by 3. Next, secant inverse root 2. That is equal to cos inverse 1 by root 2. That is equal to pi by 4. Next, secant inverse 1, that is equal to cos inverse 1. Cos inverse 1 is 0, cos 0 is 1. Okay, secant inverse of minus 2, that is equal to cos inverse of minus 1 by 2. Cos inverse negative, second quadrant, pi minus cos inverse of half, that is equal to pi minus pi by 3, that is equal to 2 pi by 3. Secant inverse of minus root 2. Or secant inverse of minus 2 by root 3 that is equal to sin inverse of, not sin inverse, cos inverse of minus root 3 by 2. Minus root 3 by 2 is equal to pi minus pi by 6, that is equal to 5 pi by 6. Look at this. Similarly, you can analyze what is secant inverse 0. Secant inverse 0 is cos inverse infinity, does not exist. Does not exist. This is because cos inverse, whatever you are having, that must be between minus 1 and plus 1. Here it is more than 1. So, it cannot exist. Similarly, secant inverse half, that is equal to cos inverse 2. It does not exist. It will not exist. Cos inverse 2 does not exist. And similarly, secant inverse minus half, that is equal to cos inverse of minus 2. Say cos inverse, after that whatever you are having, it must be between minus 1 and plus 1. Here it is minus 2, well below minus 1. Does not exist. Does not exist. And if you go ahead with secant inverse infinity is equal to cos inverse of 0, that is equal to pi by 2. Next, secant inverse minus infinity, that is equal to cos inverse of 0, that is equal to pi by 2. This is just for the purpose of analysis. Otherwise, infinity comma pi by 2 cannot be a point on the graph. Similarly, minus infinity comma pi by 2 cannot be a point on the graph. Now, before drawing the graph of secant inverse, let us draw the graph of cos inverse. Look at this. This is x, and this is cos inverse. You know very well cos inverse x. This is between 0 to pi, and this is pi by 2, and this is x equals 1, x equals minus 1. And you know this is cos inverse 0 is pi by 2, cos inverse 1, this is 1, this is minus 1, that is equal to 0. Cos inverse minus 1 is pi, and you very well know this particular graph, cos inverse x between 0 and pi, cos inverse x, where x lies between minus 1 and plus 1, this you know. Now let us draw the graph of cosec inverse, secant inverse x, secant inverse x versus x. Look at this, x, and this is secant inverse x, secant inverse x, and out of this particular analysis you find that the maximum value is pi over there, pi, and this is 0, and pi by 2 is somewhere here, pi by 2, and this is a maximum value 1, minus 1 with reference to cos inverse x. We don't know. In cosec inverse, we don't know. We will analyze. This is 1, this is minus 1. Okay, step by step. If you see the secant inverse 0, when x is 0, secant inverse 0. Secant inverse 0 is equal to, it does not exist because cos inverse infinity, no existence. Okay, then if you take half, x is equal to half, it comes somewhere here. Secant inverse half is equal to secant inverse half, again it does not exist because cos inverse 2, it does not exist. Then secant inverse minus half comes somewhere here, again it does not exist, which clearly says that the graph does not exist between minus 1 and plus 1. Because if you take the value of x between minus 1 and plus 1, then it becomes cos inverse more than 1 or cos inverse less than minus 1, which is not defined. Okay, first value which is defined in secant inverse is secant inverse 1. Secant inverse 1 is nothing but 0. Secant inverse 1 is cos inverse 1, this is 0. Next, secant inverse minus 1 also, if you can analyze, secant inverse minus 1 that's equal to cos inverse minus 1, that's equal to cos inverse minus 1 is pi, or pi minus 0, that is pi. So secant inverse minus 1 is nothing but pi. Look at this. And when x is infinity, this is x is infinity, secant inverse infinity is pi by 2. Secant inverse infinity is pi by 2. Infinity comma pi by 2 is a point, which clearly says that the graph will be somewhat like this. Look at this, graph will be like this. This particular line through pi by 2, that becomes asymptotic, that becomes asymptote. Okay, and what about this? Secant inverse minus infinity is secant inverse minus infinity is pi by 2. Secant inverse minus infinity is pi by 2. Look at this, the graph like this, see here? Okay, yes, and this is the graph of secant inverse x versus x. We analyzed and wrote, not by hearted and wrote, and this has got some relation with this cos inverse x. Compare this and this, compare this graph and this graph, it is as good as comparing cos inverse x and secant inverse x. It makes sense. In fact, secant inverse x, many things what we have analyzed is with the help of cos inverse x only. If you compare, cut it, if you cut it, you will get two parts. This part you put it like this, got it here, see, and this part you pull it like this, you got it, you see. Cut it here, this part here, this part here, you got the graph of secant inverse x versus x. And domain, let us see what is domain. Domain is nothing but the values of x. X can take any real value after 1 and before minus 1, any real value minus 1 comma plus 1. It can't take any value between minus 1 and plus 1. 1 it can take, minus 1 it can take, but any value between minus 1 and plus 1 it can't take. That's why R minus set of reals minus a open interval between minus 1 and plus 1. And range is, see, secant inverse x, whatever answer you are getting, it must be between 0 and pi. Any value between 0 and pi except pi by 2. Pi by 2 it can't take. So it will be closed interval minus pi by 2 comma plus pi by 2 minus set containing pi by 2. That's it. It's very clear. Why it can't take pi by 2? Look at this. If at all it has to take pi by 2, it must be, x must be infinity. Secant inverse infinity is pi by 2. Secant inverse infinity is equal to pi by 2. But how do you mark infinity comma pi by 2? Infinity comma pi by 2, it can't be a point on the graph. That's why it can't take x is equal to infinity. Hence it can't, secant inverse infinity is not pi by 2. When x is very high value, then secant inverse answer is pi by 2. That's the meaning of asymptotic curve. That's why it must be between minus pi by 2 and plus pi by 2. Sorry, not between minus pi by 2 and plus pi by 2. It must be between 0 to pi, I am sorry. It must be between 0 and pi. You can see here, 0 and pi. I am sorry. It must be between 0 and pi, between 0 to pi, but except pi by 2. So, this is the way in which you are going to analyze. Once again, this part is very, very important. The graph of secant inverse x versus x with the domain and range. In exam, they may ask for 4 marks. Draw the graph of secant inverse x versus x and mention its domain and range. Drawing the graph 2 marks precisely, and writing the domain 1 mark, writing the range 1 mark. It can be a 4 marks question, and the graph writing must be very clear. In the entire graph, the curve what you have written, no, it must be dominating, and you need to mention very clearly what is along y axis, what is along x axis. Drawing the graph precisely, that art if you develop, it will be an asset for you in any stream you undertake in the future. Next, we will go ahead with the cot inverse x. We will go ahead slightly later. You can take a snapshot of this, snapshot in any way. The best snapshot is with the help of camera. This is camera. See, camera lens is here and all storing is here. It is up to you.